Hello everybody, how are you doing today? So I am back in my bedroom after I made quite a few videos venturing outside in London. So if you want to see them, I'll put them down below. But for now, for today, I thought let's have a chat about living or moving abroad. I do get messages from you guys on Facebook all the time about how to start, what to do, where to go, all of this, and I try and answer them. But today I've hopefully collated a few of these topics about where to start, really, where to go, and maybe some of the fears you might have. So let's do this. So in the past I've made a few videos on very specific topics about moving abroad, for example how to find a job, how to find friends, or I've told you my story of how I kind of made the decision to move abroad. Today I assume that you have already made the decision you want to live and move abroad, and now your first question is probably going to be, where are you going to go? If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I went to England, and that was pretty much an accident. I just came here because at the time it was close to my family's home. But for you, maybe you don't want to go to England, maybe you want to go to Australia, to the US, or somewhere else in the world. And that decision is probably one of the most important ones. So what I want to tell you is, don't make that decision based on what you think that country is like. Don't make that decision based on because your friends are there, and don't make that decision based on because your friends want to go there. This is a decision that has to come from your heart to your travel plans. So what I would really suggest, and I've said this a lot of times before, I don't even know how many times, don't just go there without ever having been. So if you have a country that you think you want to go to or live, or at least, you know, live there for 6 months or forever, go and visit the country, and if you can, ideally go and visit on your own, because it's going to be a very different experience if you're visiting on your own than when you're with a friend, because when you're on your own you can discover and really see how it would feel, because you are going to be on your own when you move abroad most likely, and to be there on your own a little bit before, it's kind of going to help you get over the fear. Please don't just make a decision because you think, I don't know, London is beautiful or Australia has hot beaches. No, visit and do your research. Research includes, of course, how to make money, how to find a job, how currency works over there, etc. So make sure you know all of that. And then when you're happy and you have made the decision, how on earth are you going to do this? Where are you going to start? What are you going to do? So it depends a little bit on the situation that you're in your life at the moment. I know very well how it feels to want to live abroad and move abroad and leave everything behind. And for some of you that might be easier than for others, because maybe you've already got a flat and a dog and a cat and a car and a job and a life insurance. So if you have all of that and you still want to go and live abroad, of course it's going to be much harder than when you've just left school and you're free to go and travel the whole world. None of these should stop you, whether you just left school and you think, oh my god, how am I going to do this? I have no money, I have no experience, I have nothing. Or if you already have an established life, neither of this should stop you. I've said this before. Listen to what's here, and if that tells you you need to go, then you need to go. So if you are if you finished school, it is easier. So the only thing that you will need is probably some help from your parents and some money. And if you have already an established life in your home country, what I would suggest for you to do is set yourself some deadlines. So there's a lot of things you're going to have to do. So sell your car, sell your furniture, leave your job, find a new job, and all of this seems like such a huge mountain to climb that I think without deadlines it's going to be very difficult. But if you have deadlines and you say, for example, in 6 months I'm going to have finished this and this, then I think you can slowly start, you know, slowly moving your life abroad. If you're really much younger probably, and like I said, you just left school, you're going to need help from your parents and you're going to need money. Please don't just leave your home country and go to the other country without money. I know it sounds like the dream, and I know it sounds like I'm just going to leave everything behind, I'm going to work as a waitress, and if you can do that, then go for it. But my advice to you would be, take some money with you. Calculate a little bit on how long it's going to take you to find a job in the country that you're going to, and take a good amount. Work over the whole summer in your home country, work as a waitress or a really rubbish job that pays you really well, and take all that money and then go, because without it, it's just really scary, and it's a really scary world in a new country that is gonna be much easier to live if you have a little bit of money. But the most important or the most difficult step is the actual move, and that is leaving your friends and family behind and going to a new country and finding new friends over there. So that's the question that a lot of you ask me all the time, and all I can say to that is, and it's quite difficult, but the most important thing is that you have to be ready for the fact that you're probably not going to have that many friends straight away, and you probably should realize the fact that you are your own rock. I know people say, oh, she is my rock, my best friend is my rock, my dog is my rock, and by that they mean this is the person they rely on and they help them and they guide them all the time. But moving abroad is not going to do that for you, and it's going to take that rock, whatever it was, away from you. So you have to be sure that you are your own rock. You have to trust yourself more than anyone else, and you have to be sure that in moments of no friends or in moments of lonely days, you have to be happy with just you, just being you. And I'm not saying that it's going to stay like this, and you can see this very emotional topic for me. It's not going to stay like this, and you are going to find friends, and luckily I found friends over here as well. But it will take a while, and they're probably not all going to speak your language, and you're going to have so many new things coming at you all the time that this is the most important thing. You have to be ready for this, because if you're not, then you're going to be so lonely, and your dream of moving abroad is going to explode in front of you just like that. Because if you're not ready to support yourself and only rely on yourself and not rely on anyone else for a certain amount of time, then I think all of what is abroad is going to feel too heavy. And I know of some people who have given up life abroad because of that. So be sure that you are fine on your own, and then there are all the doors open for you, and then moving abroad can happen for you, and your life can flourish and your dreams can come true. But be sure that you can support yourself, and of course, to go back to the beginning of the video, be sure that you have made the right decision for the right country, and be sure that you are coming with a little bit of money and a little bit of preparation, and that you set yourself deadlines so that it can actually happen. I'm really quite emotional right now because you know this is a very important topic for me, and it's very, very close to my heart. So I hope this helped you. I hope this inspired you a little bit in one way or the other. And if it inspired you to actually stay in your home country, then there's nothing wrong with that as well. If you're just someone who, you know, wants to be surrounded by people you know all the time. But if it has inspired you to travel, live, or at least move abroad or live abroad for a certain amount of time, then I'd love to hear from you, and maybe send me I don't know, an Instagram post or a message on Twitter. And please live your dream, whatever that is. And if it's not living abroad, then leave me a comment down below, because I would love to hear what your dream is, and I would maybe love to do a video on that next time. And now I need to stop this because it's so emotional for me. So I'll make videos every week. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and yeah, you can subscribe to my channel. I will see you again next week. Goodbye.